and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm Priscilla. I'm the owner of A Life Full of Simplicity. Today I'll be unboxing and flipping through the Moonology Messages Oracle. This is a 48 card deck and guidebook by Yasmin, Boland, and artwork by Vermilio. So this is published by Hay House, and Hay House did send me this for the purposes of a review. So I do want to thank them so much for sending this my way to showcase on the channel. So let's get into it. I'm a big fan of the Moonology decks. I have the OG Moonology deck and the Moonology Manifestation. The Moonology Manifestation is probably one of my favorites out of the two. Because it has specifically the moon phases that I typically work with, which is the new moon, full moon, first quarter, and last quarter in all of these zodiac signs. So those are the ones that I typically work with the most. So I do enjoy that deck the most, and it's probably my most used monthly. But I am excited for this new deck that Yasmin is releasing. Super excited to take a look. I think by the time that you're watching this, it has already released because it was set to release on September 19th. Though if you were in the US, you would have already received it if you subscribe to their card deck club box, I believe is what is called, which is a US only offering from Hay House. You can actually get 3 decks for the price pretty much of one, in my opinion, which is pretty good. The price of one, I believe it's $29.99 for the box and $7 USD for shipping, which is pretty decent in my opinion. That's probably the price of like 1.5 deck. 1.5 decks, and you get 2, typically 3 full-size decks. I know in this edition here there was 2 full decks and a pocket deck, which is still a full deck in my opinion. It's just the size is just pocket edition, but still pretty great for the price in my opinion. But again, that's US only, so if you got that, you had already seen this. I did not. I'm in Canada, so I can't get that, but I am excited to dive into this. I was super excited about this particular deck when I found it, that she was coming out with a new Moonology deck. Also, if you haven't already seen, I did post my video in sometime in the summer of the Moonology Diary 2024 as well as the Moonology Calendar 2024, which are from the same duo. So Yasmin, Boland, and the artwork is by Vermilio. So if you haven't seen that, I will leave a link in the cards above. You can also find my double unboxing of the previous Moonology decks as well in the cards above to check those out if you would like to see them all in more in depth. So in the back here, it says, the ever-changing moon speaks to those of us who are listening, leaving clues, hints, and messages which come through as intuition. All we need to do is align with her phases and listen to her whispers. The Moonology Messages Oracle taps into this lunar wisdom via 48 moon symbols, helping you navigate toward positivity and peace. Be inspired to take action based on your inner knowing. Ask a question and receive an answer. The mystical moon is guiding you. Then we have some information about the author and the artist. This does retail for $19.99 in the US, $25.99 in Canada. So let's open it up. So it says here, call on Goddess Saraswati to guide your intuition. Now, the deck did come shrink wrapped, and of course, there was paper around the cards. I did remove all of that prior to filming. Okay, so we have cards here. So let's get into the book first. This is the guidebook. Very cute. Again, apologies for the planes. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so I've already read this. It's on the box. Let's read this part. So it says, in this accompanying guidebook, Yasmin Boland shows you how to interpret the messages of the moon and understand the symbols. The moon is the perfect conduit for everything that we feel. Our feelings lead to our thoughts, which lead to our words and actions. Which lead to the way our lives unfold. The moon is there for us and guiding us. Use this oracle to ask a question, and she will light the path ahead. Very cool. Very nice. So excited. Okay, so we have a table of contents here. So we have welcome. It's all about intuition, the spirit of the deck, how these cards can help you. We have a how to use this deck section with a 1-card draw. What if you don't like the card you get? Reading for other people. Should you let others touch the cards? Clearing your cards. And then we go into the interpretations of the cards, which seem to be in alphabetical order. Then we have about the artist, about the author towards the end. Okay, so we have like a welcome. It's all about intuition, spirit of the deck. Okay, how these cards can help you. We have like a kind of incantation type of thing. 1-card draw. What if we don't like the card we get? The cards often reflect this. They're simply not going to tell you that everything is hunky-dory when it's not. Therefore, it's essential that you recognize the cards for what they are. Yes, 100%. 100%. Okay. Very interesting. It says, resist any temptation you may have to draw more than 1 card a day. I know, sometimes it's really hard. However, I believe that when we draw too many cards in a single day, we skip ahead into the future that we're currently creating. Interesting, and it can be confusing. What if you're doing a spread, though? So yeah, reading for other people. I'm not at all a fan of the idea that no one else should be allowed to touch my cards. I feel that's a very decisive behavior or divisive behavior. I don't know. I remember hearing of a yoga teacher who literally shouted at a lovely friend of mine when my friend had the temerity to lightly touch the teacher's oracle cards, which were sitting in a pile on a table in the yoga studio. Interesting. I would say shouting is not necessary, but like if you don't want people touching your cards, just say nicely and then please don't touch my cards. Like, anyway, it's kind of weird. Okay, so what do we have here for the information? So we have some information. We have the title of the card, the keyword, the information on the card itself. Then we have some additional meanings for this card and about the symbol. So we have some symbol stuff as well. Okay, that's interesting. We seem to have the same things, same structure. Okay, so we have the same structure. So of course I will read from the guidebook after. We'll read maybe a card or two. So we have about the artist rather, and so we have about the artist and about the author. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Okay, so let's get into the cards. So these are the backs. Okay, the backs. Okay, so we have Blood Moon, Courage. Cold Moon, Face Your Fears. Dark Moon, the past. Dark Side of the Moon, Mystery. We have Day Moon, Love. domicile moon, abundance. Drawing down the moon, knowledge. Exalted moon, self-regulation. The falling moon, release blocks. Follow the moon, watch for signs. Full moon, forgiveness. Healing moon, seek healing. Howl at the moon, process your feelings. Moonbeams, focus. Moon called, meant to be. Moon circles, support. Moon cycles, patience. Moon dance, celebration. Moon flower, take a risk. Moon goddess, higher power. Moon in detriment, cut your losses. Moonlight, enchanted. Moonlight serenade, change your tune. Moonlit, embrace uncertainty. Moon madness, avoid drama. Moon magic, transformation. Moon mastery, the law of attraction. Moon maybe, intuition. Moon memories, the past. Moonrise, cleansing. This is the one on the card. Moon rising, truth. Moon set, releasing. Moon shining, stay in integrity. The moon's moment, synchronicity. The moon's reflection, accept responsibility. Moonstone, slow it down. Moonstruck, take a breath. The moon's wisdom, take the lead. New moon, beginnings. Night moon, shadow work. Interesting. We had a day moon. Day moon. And I just want to see them side by side. So they're definitely not opposites. They are very different. I like them though. Then we have out of bounds moon, boundaries. Quicksilver moon, changes. Reach for the moon, go for it. Ring around the moon, protection. Talk to the moon, communicate. Void moon, do nothing. Yang moon, strength. And yin moon, accept help. Interesting. So obviously the cards are Hay House. They are standard Oracle size cards. So if you have any Hay House decks, this is like standard size when it comes to their decks. Now cardstock wise, they are matte. They feel a bit thick. Bit thick. Maybe thickness the same as the original Moonology, in my opinion. But other than that, they feel nice. I don't know how they would riffle shuffle since I don't riffle shuffle. Definitely check out maybe another video to see how they riffle shuffle. But For now, they seem good overhand. They are clumping a bit, but I feel like that's pretty normal for any deck in the beginning, especially the first shuffle. They're probably going to clump. So with use, I feel like they'd be really good. Okay, so let's pull a card and read from the guidebook. Okay. So we're going to do Out of Bounds Moon Boundaries. Okay, so they're in alphabetical order, so I'm just going to look for O. O. Here we go. Out of Bounds Moon Boundaries. It's time to take a full and honest inventory of your behavior in the recent past. Have you been going too far? Have you been acting out? Have you been allowing your emotions to get the better of you? If you know that you've been misbehaving emotionally, it's time to rein things in. Draw up some boundaries. As much as you might want to get your own way in the current situation, you also need to take other people into consideration. If someone has been overstepping the boundaries with you, it's time for you to let them know gently but firmly. There is magic in the air when this card appears, but you mustn't let emotions overwhelm you. You could be about to receive what feels like a miracle, but you need to behave in a way that is supportive of everybody involved. Spending time alone in meditation now will really help you understand what your best move is next. When your emotions spiral, you can often chase away the very thing you want to attract. Additional meanings for this card. You're a unique and magical being. Emotions are running too high. Avoid overreacting. Draw a line under the past. Use your intuition more. About this symbol. In astrology, a planet is said to be out of bounds when the declination of the moon is greater than 23 degrees and 27 minutes north or south. People born with an out of bounds moon are often more luminous and brilliant than anyone else in their sphere. So this is everything I read. And this. I really like the information that's in the guidebook. I think it was really well put together. I feel like the information, it gives you a lot, but I feel like the keyword also gives you a lot where you don't need the book. So you can use the book and dive deeper into the information that's given, or just use the keyword that's on the card. It's really up to you in that regard. Now, I do have a pairing in mind for this particular deck, so I do want to switch up the view and take a look at the Muse Tarot with this particular oracle. I feel like they would go really well because they're both collage, so I feel like they would go really well together. But let's take a look deeper into that. Okay, so I thought that the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann, also published by Hay House, would be perfect pairing for this particular oracle deck. Anyway, the perfect pairing that I have in my collection. I know that there's another tarot that I think would go really well with this particular deck. What is it called? Let's see. Radiant Wilds Tarot. Navigate Inner Desert Dreamscapes. That's another one that I think would go probably really well with this particular oracle, but I don't have that in my collection. So if you have that in your collection, you might actually really enjoy it. But going into this particular deck, I feel like these go really well together. Like, I feel like the energies are really good. We have Higher Power in the middle of Queen of Inspiration, which is Wands, and Seven of Emotions, which is Cups. Oh, look at that. Moon and Detriment. Cuts your losses in between a Page of Wands and the Sun. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I really like these together. These look so good. We do have all the kings in landscape. Which are the only ones that I'm not a fan of. Because I don't like landscape cards with portrait, but yes. Ooh, accept responsibility in between the Emperor and the Lovers. That's definitely interesting. You have like some decisions and choices to be made, but you should obviously take responsibility because you need to show others that you can lead and that you're able to be the authority that you should be, or you're able to be in a position of authority. And when you're in a position of authority, accountability becomes very important. So accepting responsibility and accountability is what's important. So definitely hard decisions to make. So that's really interesting. We have the Page of Cups in between the Four of Cups. Okay. In terms of abundance. Interesting. Ooh, synchronicity in between the King of Pentacles and the Death card. Ooh, that's interesting. I really like this stuff. Love this together. Oops, just knocked my camera. Five of Pentacles in between, and Seven of Swords in between the Take the Lead. Ooh. It's like, at what cost would you take the lead? And I feel like both of these are at what cost, because you have like the Seven of Swords, which is typically about, trickery, theft, taking from others, things like that. But like, what will be the cost for taking the lead? I feel like is what both of these are saying. Look at the cost, look at the consequences, things like that. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles and Temperance in between beginnings. Okay, last one. We have the Three of Swords and the Page of Pentacles in between transformation. That's nice. I like that. These two go really well in terms of colors. Yeah. I really like these two together. I think they look absolutely fantastic. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this pairing. And let me know if you have any other pairings in mind. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. So that was the Moonology Messages Oracle. I do thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this particular Oracle deck. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your feedback in the comments below, no matter what. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on that bell so you can be notified every time I post a brand new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it's greatly appreciated and helps me in the long run. Thanks so much, and I hope that you have a great day.